In a moment that stunned the audience and left the internet ablaze, Hollywood legend Tom Cruise did not hold back during a surprise appearance on The Graham Norton Show. The actor, known for his charismatic but often reserved public persona, launched into a scathing criticism of Meghan Markle after her recent reception of what many are calling a manufactured award. "She can't afford the truth, let alone that award," Cruise allegedly snapped, sparking a frenzy of speculation and applause in equal measure. According to sources close to the incident, the tension in the studio was palpable and it only escalated from there. Cruise's comments were in reference to Meghan Markle receiving a supposed Global Impact Award for her advocacy and humanitarian work, a title critics say is grossly exaggerated given her track record. Tom Cruise, who has been a longtime supporter of real, on-the-ground charity work through his own philanthropic efforts, reportedly took offense at what he viewed as a publicity stunt. "There are nurses, teachers, and real humanitarians out there making actual sacrifices, and then there's Meghan," Cruise quipped, leaving the audience in stunned silence before a wave of uncertain laughter followed. What's particularly telling is how Cruise chose to address the issue, not backstage, not off-camera, but right there, on a global platform. This wasn't a whispered dig or a passing comment, it was a full frontal verbal takedown. And many would say it was long overdue. Meghan Markle has become a polarizing figure, with growing criticism surrounding her pattern of accepting awards and honors that seem more about self-promotion than real impact. Critics argue that her activism is often performative, designed to boost her personal brand rather than deliver tangible results. In recent months, several royal commentators and industry insiders have raised eyebrows at Meghan's carefully curated public appearances. Her speeches often lack specificity, her charitable efforts rarely cite measurable outcomes, and her press tours appear timed to coincide with Hollywood awards season rather than actual humanitarian crises. The Global Impact Award was no different, a glossy ceremony, luxury wardrobe, and a speech that critics labeled all style, no substance. Tom Cruise's frustration seemed to echo a broader public sentiment that the Duchess's constant branding as a humanitarian disruptor lacks authenticity. "She talks about change, but who's changing?" Cruise reportedly asked backstage after the taping. "Nothing's changing except her portfolio." A brutal, unfiltered comment from an A-lister who has maintained friendships with real-world changemakers, not influencers in royal exile. Perhaps the most controversial moment came when Cruise allegedly suggested that Meghan's rise in elite social circles had less to do with merit and more with manipulation. "She's crafted a persona, a calculated one, and Hollywood bought it, because controversy sells. But we're not buying it anymore," he declared. Viewers immediately took to social media, with some praising Cruise's honesty and others defending Meghan. But the divide was stark. Has the tide finally turned? Adding to the controversy, insiders from The Graham Norton Show have leaked that Cruise wasn't the only one skeptical of Meghan's recognition. Other guests reportedly rolled their eyes backstage, with one unnamed celebrity allegedly calling the award PR fluff masquerading as substance. Even Norton himself, known for his neutral hosting style, looked visibly uncomfortable during Meghan's segment. The reaction online was immediate and unforgiving. Hashtags like Fake Duchess Award and Cruise called it trended for days. Meanwhile, Meghan's team released a carefully worded statement praising freedom of speech, while defending the Duchess's dedication to global advocacy. But for many, the damage was already done. The brutal honesty of Tom Cruise, a rare voice unafraid to challenge Hollywood's status quo, seemed to crystallize what many had been thinking but were too cautious to say. At the heart of the controversy is a question of authenticity. In an age where celebrity clout often overshadows genuine effort, Cruise's takedown of Meghan Markle on such a prominent stage signals a growing impatience with surface-level activism. It wasn't just a personal attack, it was a broader critique of a system that rewards visibility over veracity. Meghan Markle may continue to garner headlines, wear couture, and receive glittering awards. But thanks to Tom Cruise's biting honesty, the next time her name is linked with impact, the world may ask, impact for whom? And at what cost? As the dust settles from Tom Cruise's unexpected tirade, the spotlight now shifts not to Meghan's accolades but to the credibility behind them. For years, critics have whispered about the PR machinery driving her image, from glossy Netflix deals to carefully managed public appearances, but Cruise's unapologetic remarks have dragged those whispers into the spotlight. In an industry that often tiptoes around uncomfortable truths, his refusal to play along felt like a breaking point. What's more, this confrontation has sparked a deeper discussion about celebrity activism. Is it enough to speak on causes, or must there be proof of impact? Meghan's defenders cite her past speeches on gender equality and racial justice, but skeptics argue that speeches without follow-through are just noise. Advocacy without accountability is just a brand strategy, one viewer tweeted, echoing a now-viral sentiment. The bigger question now looms. Will other celebrities follow Cruz's lead and begin holding each other accountable for empty virtue signaling? Or will the industry retreat into its usual silence, fearful of backlash? For Meghan Markle, one thing is clear: the days of unquestioned praise may be over. The narrative has shifted, and this time it's not under her control.